Epic was planning on releasing this emote, but scrapped it. And this was in the game for a few minutes, then deleted. So here are 31 scrapped Fortnite updates. Epic was planning on doing a Lady Gaga collab, because in the Epic vs. Apple court documents, things were revealed like the LeBron and Rock skins, as well as the Ariana Grande crossover, and now everything from those documents has been released, except for a Lady Gaga skin or concert, so it most likely, at this point, got scrapped. But I wish the Frozen Exotic SMG didn't get scrapped, because this was a gun that was leaked in Chapter 2 Season 5, and it would have given you an infinite freeze effect whenever you shot it, which would have been so cool, pun intended, and fun to use, especially for running away. Plus, Epic literally hasn't released any new exotic in years. Fire has also been in the game for years, and we still don't have anything to put it out. But at one point, Fortnite was working on fire extinguishers. It was planned to put out fires, or could be used like a smoke bomb. It was even in the game at one point, but later disappeared. And that's not even the coolest item that they scrapped. Customizable battle buses, dual auto pistols, and don't even get me started on the Kanye West collab. But first, let's talk about Travis Scott. Because back when he had his Fortnite event, they released 2 skins with his collaboration, and a leaker showed this other style of him wearing a coat and a bulletproof vest, which honestly looks like a GTA skin, but since Travis Scott is never returning, we're definitely not getting this skin. But I wonder why they scrapped the unicycle. This emote was found in the game files about a year ago, and many players were waiting for it to get released, but it never happened. Come on, Epic, this emote is harmless. It would be pretty funny if they were to add the prickly pears, because this is a consumable that was supposed to get added into the game during Chapter 1 Season 5, since they added Paradise Palms. And when you consumed the pear, you would have had a 50% chance of it damaging or healing you. It sucks that the Hunger Games collab got scrapped as well. I mean, all over Twitter, you would see rumors of a Hunger Games collab. We would have gotten a Katniss Everdeen skin with this, until months went by, nothing happened. And it's not just collaborations, because they've scrapped crazy items as well, like the Beehive Grenade. At first, they were planning on releasing a honey consumable. Then they scrapped that and planned on releasing a Beehive Grenade that would have spawned a swarm of bees when thrown, which seemed like a less OP version of Fireflies. And you'll be laughing when I show you the emotes Fortnite deleted. But first, let's talk about the Kanye West collab. Because when Kanye was working on his Donda 2 album, Epic was planning on doing a collaboration with him to promote it, but weeks later, all the sources retracted their information about it. There's also another version of supply drops developers worked on in the earlier days of Chapter 1, and with this version, you would have been able to spawn your own supply drops. But these remind me a lot of the care packages in Call of Duty. But they would be good for creative. The Gemini skin was added in the game files in Chapter 1, but then never got released. And that could be because this skin was way too similar to the Rave Mave skin from a game known as Paladins. So Epic redesigned it into the Astro Assassin skin and used the Gemini's pickaxe as a reboot of Friend reward. The Eye of the Storm Tracker was also added into the game for 27 minutes, then removed since Fortnite didn't even mean to release it. But even before the Storm Tracker, they were working on an item known as the Recon Pack, which was similar. This would have worked like a recon scanner and Storm Tracker in one, which frankly would have been too OP, so good thing that one got scrapped. And back in Chapter 2 Season 4, all the characters had a mythic, except for Mystique. She was meant to be a boss that would have dropped Mystique's dual auto pistols. The reason is unknown as to why they didn't release these, but I know the bloom on these would have been insane. Then speaking of Chapter 2 Season 4, we got a ton of Marvel characters and even a Galactus event, and players were expecting him to appear in the item shop for the live event. But it seems like Epic didn't plan to release him, even though they had the skin in the game files. There was also a reloadable V-Bucks feature that Epic rolled out to some players back in Chapter 2, and this feature allowed players to reload V-Bucks, so basically you'd have the exact amount to buy a skin instead of having to buy extra. And I'm still annoyed they scrapped the basketball game mode, because back when they released the LeBron and NBA skins, it was in the documents that we were going to get basketball minigames. We would have been able to dunk, steal, and shoot kind of like 2K, and it would have been so fun. And speaking of sports, actually, it was leaked earlier this year that Epic was working on a Patrick Mahomes Icon Series skin, because Epic accidentally added textures to the game files showing the Adidas logo and Patrick Mahomes logo, but there hasn't been any more news since then about it. But I hope he still gets released and isn't completely scrapped, like the slow motion grenades, because these were grenades that were in the works, and if used, they would have slowed everyone it hit for a few seconds. And it had the same design as the shield bubble grenade, but could you imagine getting spammed with these things? And not too many people know about those, nor the Big Poppy. These items looked like balloons, but acted similar to boomboxes, but 10 times worse, because you could throw one down and it would inflate, destroying everything in its path. I'm honestly pretty glad Epic decided to scrap these, but not everything gets completely deleted, because the Birthday Brigade Ramirez is a skin that was supposed to get released for free when Fortnite had their Battle Royale anniversary event, but it ended up just staying a Save the World skin, which I think sucks because many people were waiting on this skin. And I'm still shocked we never got shoutout emotes. These would have been so funny and or cool. These emotes would have just made players shout out quirky bits of dialogue. Here are a few clips of some of them. And those aren't inappropriate, like this one emote Fortnite had to delete, but first let's look at the golden ticket, because it seems like this was an earlier version of reboot vans, because if you got this ticket, it would have spawned you a battle bus and revived everyone on your team. Fortnite was also working on adding some new consumables, and these were Durr Shakes, Durr Burgers, and Durr Hot Sauce. These would have been at the Durr Burger restaurant at Greasy Grove. The flamethrower item was getting worked on at one point, and I'm glad they aren't working on it anymore. But back in Chapter 1, Epic planned on releasing a flamethrower that would have set anything in its path on fire. They never finished working on it, which is why the footage is with an LMG. You also probably didn't know that Fortnite was going to let us customize battle buses at one point. We would have been able to add our custom wraps to the battle bus, but it's not that big of a deal since you never really see the battle bus. Back in Chapter 2 Season 2 when Fortnite released the Deadpool skin, they were also planning on releasing another Deadpool emote and a Deadpool-styled fish stick. But I'm guessing Fortnite and Marvel never came to agreement with this idea, so they ended up scrapping it. And one of the weirdest guns they scrapped has got to be the gnome gun. Because this is a gun that Epic had in the game files that literally would have shot gnomes. Like, shot them out of the gun. And I guess it would have just been for the memes, because I can't imagine this thing doing a lot of damage. And something that did a lot of damage to the community was the It collab getting scrapped. Because back in Season X, you could find that signature red balloon floating above a storm drain, teasing an It collab. And according to leakers, we were going to get a Pennywise skin, but Epic completely forgot about that due to the launch of Chapter 2. There's also an item known as the Porta-Bridge, similar to the Porta-Fortress, but it would have created a Porta-Fort with a bridge when thrown. It doesn't seem like this item really had a point to it, but it's also rumored that this is an item Epic added into the game files to troll leakers. And when Fortnite added the Penny skin, they were going to add a Kyle skin as well, especially since he got added as an NPC back in Chapter 2 Season 5. But after a long wait, he never showed up, so it seems like Epic just decided to abandon that idea. And now we're at number 1 spot of this list. Epic plans to never release this emote, due to how inappropriate it could come off as. Because in the Chapter 2 launch trailer, the Rustler could have been seen doing an unreleased emote known as Belly Dance. Epic decided not to release it to avoid any potential problems. But that's nowhere near as bad as this twerk emote that needs to be banned. And I know you want to hear more about that, so click this video right here.